Joseph James Joe Rogan is an American stand-up comedian, actor, writer, color commentator, entrepreneur, and trained martial artist. He is best known for playing Joe Garrelli on the NBC sitcom NewsRadio, commentating for the Ultimate Fighting Championship, as well as hosting the NBC reality show Fear Factor and the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. His new show, Joe Rogan Questions Everything, premiered on Syfy in July 2013. Early life: Rogan was born in Newark, New Jersey. He was raised in Newton Upper Falls, Massachusetts until age 7, then San Francisco, California to age 11, and then moved to Gainesville, Florida. He is of Irish and Italian descent. His biological father, a police officer in Newark, has not been in contact with Rogan since he was 6 years old. Career: acting. In 1994, he co-starred on the Fox comedy Hardball as Frank Vallant, the young, egocentric star player on a fictional professional baseball team. From 1995 to 1999, he co-starred on the comedy NewsRadio. He portrayed Joe Garrelli, the electrician at WNYX, a news radio station in New York City. In 2002, he appeared on the episode A Beautiful Mind of Just Shoot Me as Chris, Maya Gallo's boyfriend. In 2011, Rogan played his first major character in a movie in the Kevin James movie Zookeeper. He played himself in Here Comes the Boom, an action comedy starring Kevin James released in 2012. Color commentary. Rogan began working for the UFC in 1997, making his debut interviewing fighters at UFC 12, Judgment Day in Dothan, Alabama, before eventually becoming a color commentator for the promotion. He won the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards in 2 occasions as Best Television Announcer. He was also named MMA Personality of the Year in the 2011 World MMA Awards. Stand-up comedy: Rogan has toured as a stand-up comedian and recorded several albums and specials, including Shiny Happy Jihad, Joe Rogan, Talking Monkeys in Space, and Joe Rogan Live from the Tabernacle. In 2007, Rogan confronted comedian Carlos Mencia on stage, accusing him of joke thievery. A video of the incident included evidence and supporting comments from other comedians, including George Lopez, Reverend Bob Levy, Bobby Lee and Ari Shaffir. Hosting: Rogan worked on the TV series Fear Factor, as a host of the United States version of the show. He hosted from June 11, 2001 through September 12, 2006. Rogan returned as the host of Fear Factor in the rebooted edition of the show, which aired December 12, 2011 through July 16, 2012 on NBC. In 2003, Rogan and Doug Stanhope replaced Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla as co-hosts of The Man Show. They continued through the end of the show's run in 2004. In December 2009, Rogan began hosting a regular podcast with concurrent live Ustream availability. The podcast features an array of guests from the pursuits of comedy, science, social activism and mixed martial arts. Now known as the Joe Rogan Experience, the show is regularly found in the Apple iTunes Top 10 overall, was named one of iTunes' Best of 2010 audio podcasts in its first year, and won an award for being one of iTunes' Top 3 comedy podcasts in 2012. Personal life: in 2007, Rogan and his girlfriend had a baby girl. They married the following year. In 2010, Rogan announced the birth of a second baby. Regarding his religious beliefs, Rogan has stated that he is not completely opposed to the concept of a higher power such as a god. However, Rogan stated in September 2010, during a guest appearance on the Alex Jones radio show, that he does not follow any organized religion. One of the recurring themes in his work and life is the use and support of entheogens, such as cannabis, psilocybin mushrooms and DMT, toward the exploration and enhancement of consciousness. Rogan supports the medical and recreational use of cannabis. He has also starred in the marijuana documentary The Union, the business behind getting high. Rogan was featured in the History Channel documentary, Marijuana, A Chronic History, as an advocate of legalized medical use of marijuana. He is also the presenter of the 2010 documentary DMT, The Spirit Molecule. Another recurring theme is his interest in the use of sensory deprivation and the isolation tank. In a number of recent videos on YouTube and his own podcast, Rogan describes his personal experiences with isolation tanks and shares his insights into using them for various purposes, such as exploring the nature of consciousness and improving performance, health, well-being and creativity. During high school, Rogan was a practitioner of Taekwondo and gained a black belt at age 15. He soon became the Massachusetts full-contact Taekwondo champion for consecutive years. By the age of 19, Rogan won the U.S. Open Taekwondo Championship and as lightweight champion went on to beat both the middle and heavyweight title holders to obtain the Grand Championship. He started judo at the age of 20 and after a year of training received blue belt. In 1996, Rogan began training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Carlson Gracie at his school in Hollywood, California. He is a black belt in Eddie Bravo's 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, a style of no-gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a black belt in GI Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Jean-Jacques Machado. His record as a kickboxer is 2-1. Rogan endorsed Ron Paul in the 2012 presidential campaign. He lives in Bell Canyon, California and briefly lived in Boulder, Colorado. Comedy recordings: I'm Gonna Be Dead Someday, Live from the Belly of the Beast, Joe Rogan, Live, Shiny Happy Jihad, Talking Monkeys in Space. Comedy Central Records, Live from the Tabernacle, Awards and Recognition, World MMA Awards. 2011 Personality of the Year. Wrestling Observer Newsletter, 2010 Best Television Announcer, 2011 Best Television Announcer. Teen Choice Award, Choice TV Reality Variety Host for Fear Factor. See also, List of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, references. External links, official website, Joe Rogan on Twitter, Joe Rogan on YouTube, Fear Factor, Joe Rogan at the Internet Movie Database.